Peterson says the name alone describes them. No one else there. Mosquitoes hummed in our ears. Minnows jumped and fell so fast we could only hear them. Periwinkles clung to Spartina. Downstream, 30 feet, 2 roseate spoonbills waiting. Light pink juveniles. We held our breath. Swinging their heads side to side, they ignored us, stirring marsh soup with their spoons. Ghostly white, high on live oak branch, an egret eyed us, as if to say, nothing they needed from us, time to go. Ashamed of our noisy truck, we drove away.
Somewhere. The big wind picked up Dorothy, spun her round and round over many miles, and tossed her feet first into a cornfield, its yellow tasseled green rows stretching out in long brown furrows, through which strolled wondrous beings, a lion, a scarecrow, a tin man. Years later, she has landed on a platform that rests over silvery blue waters, sloshing at high tide through salt marsh grasses. Standing under a rainbow arching through storm clouds, she can hear periwinkle snails popping, creek shrimp snapping, and ink-black pluff mud squishing. Amazing creatures hover furtively underwater, concentric rings bubbling upwards with seagulls swooping in to find dinner. Suddenly the surface is shattered by shiny silver bodies surging up. 1, then 2 finned shapes erupt. Then a tiny fin bursts up into the air and plops down through the creek's waves, swimming and diving unsteadily. He tries to catch the others, gracefully diving under and up and over again. The creek cavorting continues as the swimmers peek at the curious visitor on the dock, oblivious to the awe they have aroused. Their aquabatics are simply a celebration of being alive and free. Without hesitation, Dorothy calls out, "Wait for me!" and dives into the creek after them.
Low Country Marsh. Snaking rivulets of seawater work their way into the chocolate-covered pluff mud. They create crooked fingers of salt water as shrimp and spartina grass pop and snap like cereal. Later, the reverse flow of water causes rivulets once more. Marsh mud becomes slick. Shrimp sing their song, and the tidal journey to the sea begins again.
Learning by Heart. Learning by heart, a poem about kindness, I walked to the stormy beach. I saw rain across the water, dark clouds. As my mind tackled the fragile last stanza, the rain came suddenly upon me. My clothes soaked up the rain. Abandoning ideas of escape, I walked slowly towards shelter, glad to recover this moment, which is sometimes lost in pursuit of a poem by heart.
Swimming lessons. The tide seems higher every day. It sloshes at the brim. We dispatch pleas for help, advice, instructions, and support. Distill it down and read what's left. You all must sink or swim. The air is hot, the river's dry, the situation grim. The science shows solutions that the senators distort. The tide is higher every day. It sloshes at the brim. We hear that Londoners are wary of the rising Thames. Then come the worldwide pleas about the flooding of the ports. We pass along what we've been told. We all must sink or swim. Nature's outrage can't be quelled by words and prayers and hymns. The human species compromised. Half measures all fell short. The tide floods higher every day. It sloshes at the brim. The polar bear will soon be gone. Extinction. What a sin. We could have saved them, but the word came from the highest court. Distill it down and read what's left. They all must sink or swim. It is a tragic exercise to ponder might-have-beens and so bemoan the lies that led us to the last resort. The tide is ever higher now. It overtops the brim. The planet's verdict, crystal clear. You all must sink or swim.